Okay. Thank you, Madam Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very warm welcome to all of you for another session where we discuss and explore the official speech contests, especially focusing on those that will be taking place in District 74, Southern Africa. As most of you know, we break up each session into a particular topic, into a particular section of speech contests. This is part of my evil plan that you are here every single session and that you don't walk away with all of the knowledge in one session, because then that just wouldn't be fun at all. We get to spend every second Wednesday together for 45 minutes, strictly 45 minutes, just so that we can explore another aspect of the speech contest environment, the rule book, and all of the paperwork that goes with it. For those of you that haven't yet joined, please join our WhatsApp group so that we can keep you up to date. Like I said to you, all the sessions that we have are being recorded and posted on my personal YouTube channel as a playlist. So they should be in order if you start at number 1 and carry on going at 45 minutes a time. Please do not treat this as a training session. There is a lot of experience and expertise in the room. I am here merely to guide, facilitate, and start the conversation. Please interact. Please don't leave me alone with all the voices in my head. Please rather interact, ask questions, add your opinions, your considerations, your comments, and your concerns. And as Toastmasters, I expect that from you. I've never known a Toastmaster to stay silent. So please don't break my impression of Toastmasters today. Are there any questions? Is everyone in the same room, in the right room? No one was expecting a cooking class or floral arrangement session today? No. Okay. All about speech contests. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to kickstart it by sharing my screen and just sharing with you our topic for today, which is the international speech contest. So the official speech contests that are hosted by District 74 and that and under the understanding of our executive board, we host the international speech contest, we host the table topics contest, and we host the evaluation contest. Like I said, we have been discussing these 3 contests individually over all of these workshops, looking at the judges' ballots, and now we're going to start having a look at the rules that are specific to those contests. The only contest or official contest that we hold that goes all the way past district level to international level is the international speech contest. Between you and me, the hints in the title. The table topics contest and the evaluation contest, they stop at district level. Already a phenomenal achievement for any of your club, area, or division members who get through to that level at district. They really are the best of the best across Southern Africa, 12 countries in total. We hold a very prestigious competition season or contest season, and I look forward to hosting this year's finals in Victoria Falls. So up front and foremost, the international speech contest this year, the district finals, will be held exclusively online. Or division contests will be held exclusively online. Or area contests will be held exclusively online. This was a motion that was passed at the council executive meeting, and so will be implemented this year. At club level, you are more than welcome to hold an in-person event or a hybrid event or an exclusively online event. It is up to you how you implement your club international speech contest. but thereafter, from area onwards, it will be at online, exclusively online. Are there any questions? Anyone want to add anything to that? Anyone nervous about being online? Anyone super excited about being online? Tim, you smiling? You sort of excited or you're overexcited? Do you like online contests?
I prefer I prefer in person, of course. But I'm going to be interested to see how the hybrid works out at club level.
Yeah, I'm also very interested to share a story with you. Is anybody in the room from Madagascar? I'm just going to quickly scroll through everyone that's in the room. Anyone from Madagascar? No. So I had an interesting request from some clubs in Madagascar. There's 3 clubs in Madagascar. It's phenomenal because they started off with 1. They've already grown to 3, and they are holding all 3 clubs are holding their speech contests together in person. However, they don't have enough resources and members for all of the role players. So what they have decided is to go for the hybrid option. They're going to have all of their contestants in person and all of their judges online, so that they can draw judging expertise in from outside of their country and specifically outside of their clubs. So yes, Tim, a very interesting exercise, but something that really works in their favor because they don't have enough resources to fulfill all of those roles and at the same time, support their members in the contest. So I'm very excited for them. It would have been really awesome if they weren't doing hybrid and we all had to fly in to Madagascar for a weekend. I wouldn't have complained. However, with modern technology and people being more experienced after COVID, they are now able to hold their contests, their club contests successfully. So yes, that is how they're going to be implementing their hybrid solution. If we have a look at the rule book, I'm just going to continue the conversation with the rule book, and then I'm going to stop sharing my screen and have a discussion because there's not a lot for us to be concerned about when it comes to the international speech contest specific rules in the rule book. We have been through everything in the rule book in the first and second session up until this point. They are all my highlighted points. I have notes, and I shared this version of the rule book in the WhatsApp group, which I will do again after today, so that you know and can see the notes that we've made in previous sessions. And all we were due to discuss today are any rules that are specific to the international speech contest. The only rule that really needs to be followed at club, area, division, and district level is that the contest must be conducted in English only. And this is something to take into serious consideration when we are obviously working with 12 countries in District 74 and multiple melting pots of cultures and languages in those countries. Please be aware that once we are competing at area, division, and district level, if the speech contest or the speaker, the contestant, is not speaking in English, they are disqualified. They are not part of the contest. So please make that very clear to any of your club members who were thinking about using a home language that they're more comfortable in. Unfortunately, we cannot accept that in this particular speech contest, Thereafter, in the rule book, everything else talks about the semi-finals and the regional finals, where it's all about how our contestant, after they have won district, need to record their video and set up their speech and send it through to region and to international levels. My advice to you, and that's why I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it this afternoon, My advice to you as a club leader, an area director, and or a division director, once you start interacting with your contestants and your contestants are identified, I strongly recommend that this portion of the rulebook is highlighted and shared with those contestants, so that they are aware that if they participate in the international speech contest, they actually need 2 speeches. And if they win at if they win at district, that second speech becomes critical, and their video recording of their speech becomes critical, because after district, the competition switches to recorded video. And only once, if they get through to the finals and go to international convention, will they then have the option to go in person. However, international will be holding it hybrid, which means they can be on camera or in person. The point to highlight in the international speech contest for your contestants is if they win at district level, they need to have another speech. They cannot go through the semifinals and the finals with one speech. They will be expected to deliver 2 different speeches. So that is the only part of the international speech contest in this portion of the rule book that I would like to highlight for you and ask you to bring to the attention of your international speech contestants. Especially once they start getting through to area and division level. And if they are prepping for district, hopefully by that contest time, they've already come up with a second speech that they are working on, practicing on, probably being coached on. But yes, it does put more pressure on them. Any comments, questions, considerations, experiences? Any one of you been through to district level contest? Anyone? Tim, did you ever make it onto that big stage?
No, unfortunately not. I did make it to area once with a humorous speech, but that was the end of it.
But that was the end of it, short and sweet. So yes, but as a past district governor, you were obviously on that stage for different reasons. But yes, the humorous speech contest as District 74, we no longer run that as an official contest. In the past, it was run as an official speech contest, but it is no longer run. So we used to have 4 contests, we now only have the 3. But yes, and some people were quite sad about that because apparently there were a couple of Toastmasters that were really funny. Who knew? Surprising, surprising.
The best English, best international speech contests are usually very humorous.
That is very true, Tim. That is very, very true. I agree with you. And if you look at the videos of the winners, there is no doubt that there is a humorous element to all of their winning speeches. Absolutely. So ladies and gentlemen, the international speech contest, please make sure it's in English. Please make sure your contestants have completed level 2 on any pathway. When we say completed, they must have been awarded level 2. So they must have that acknowledgement electronically on their profile, on their particular pathway. That must be awarded. Here's the bad news. Any Toastmaster that has not started a pathway and is relying on the legacy system is no longer accommodated in the rulebook. No longer accommodated in the rulebook. So what does that mean for us? That means I cannot give that person eligibility, because if they're not in the rulebook, it's not going to happen. That rulebook is final. So that anybody that is claimed some great achievement on the legacy system, unfortunately, is no longer able to carry that credit as an eligibility criteria into this contest. The simple criteria for the international speech contest is a completed level 2. In other words, signed off by your club VPE. They must obviously also be a paid up member of a verified club. So they must be expected to pay their semi-annual dues by the 30th of March next year. If they want to go through to area, division, district, those competitions will spill over into the new semi-annual due cycle. So they must budget, not just for that awesome outfit that they're going to wear at every single level of the contest and all of that makeup and hair that needs to be done, but they must also please budget that they must be able to pay their semi-annual dues by the 1st of April next year. The club that they belong to must be verified on the 1st of April. So that means the responsibility lies with us as leadership to ensure you have a minimum of 8 club members paid up by the 1st of April in order for your contestant to still be eligible. Okay. Tim, yes, let's go to you and then we'll go to the question in the chat room. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Somebody asked about DTM first, so I think the question is, yes, secret.
Yes. What about a DTM?
Yeah,
it's actually a really good question, in the sense that we would assume that they qualify. However, the rule book does not say that. So we would have to, we don't even look at the DTM award. We, in the eligibility search, in the algorithm, it goes and looks for level 2. And if they are paid up, that is what it goes and looks for. It doesn't look for the DTM. So unfortunately, it's not going to override that requirement.
But that's a legacy DTM, doesn't count. A pathways DTM, presumably would count.
It's going to count, Tim, because the algorithm is going to pick up that you've completed 2 level 2s because you've got a pathway DTM. So the algorithm will pick that up 100%. Okay. The algorithm is going to go and look for those completed level 2s. That's what it's going to do.
Semantics, Kirsten, you mentioned a verified club. Is that the same as a club in good standing with 8 paid up members?
Correct, Tim. Thank you for that. So Toastmasters International refers to it as a club in good standing. District 74 seems to have picked up a local term, which is a verified club. So I know that all of you that were involved in the semi-annual due season that we've just finished, you were getting newsletters and notifications and updates and Facebook notices, and District 74 leadership kept talking about a verified club. That translated to Toastmasters International terminology is a club in good standing. Thank you, Tim. 100% correct. Very good point. Mina, hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, Christine.
Good.
I have 2 questions. One, my home club is in District 74 and my another home club is in District 121. In my home club at District 121, I have completed level 2 of a pathway, and at 74, I've just chosen a pathway. So am I eligible to go ahead for the contest?
It says in any level. It doesn't say in any district. I would have to follow up on that. It's a really good question. Because it's you personally, and once you get to area or division level, it's you personally competing. So they do say in the rule book level 2 in any pathway, and they don't restrict it. They don't follow up with the words for the district they are competing. So I would assume that your level 2 counts, but I would have to double check that. Mina, please can you drop me a WhatsApp just to remind me? Because I'm unfortunately, and when I say unfortunately, I have a big smile on my face. I am in the Kruger National Park right now. And so I might forget, I might be distracted by a wild lion chasing an impala in half an hour. So if you can please drop me a WhatsApp so I do remember to follow up on that question for you.
Yes, surely I'll do, Kristen. I have one more question. If I'm qualified from both the clubs to go ahead for the area, how would I be handling it?
With difficulty, because you're going to have to make a choice.
Mm.
So you cannot compete, even if it is a different district. You can not go through to in the same contest.
Okay.
Okay, so be very, very careful, because then you might land up being disqualified completely. So let me put it this way. If you win at both clubs, then technically you can go through to both areas. Okay, but if you win at one of those areas, you've got to now follow that path. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you win at both areas, you're going to have to make a choice.
Okay.
You're going to have to make a choice. And, you know, how would you make that choice? So what we had it last year in one of the areas that I was working with, and the contestant basically said they're going to stop. They know that they can, you know, carry on going but they felt that if they won and then said, no, I can't compete here anymore, you know, it would feel bad, the fact that they'd taken it away from the person who came second place or third place. So they chose, once they got through, you know, both their clubs, at club level, they said, all right, I'm going to follow this area, this division, and I'm going to step aside here and let this club now, you know, go through. From that level already, they decided. But it's really up to you. But yes, once you've won at one, you've got to stop. You can't carry on both, hoping to land up in the same place.
Okay.
Yes, choose your favorite child. You know, when they say to a mom and dad, who's your favorite child? Who are you going to catch first in the fire? Yeah, you're going to have to do that. Okay. Pick your favorite child. But that's awesome that you belong to 2 districts. That's fantastic. Wow. Good luck. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you, Kristen. Thanks for answering both of my questions.
Is that it? Thank you so much. Anyone else? Comments, experience, want to share? Erica, you're very quiet today. Donnie, what would you like to share with me?
Hi, Kirsten. I just want to verify the requirement for Pathways Level 2 is only for the international speech contest, not for the evaluation and impromptu. Am I correct?
Correct. Okay. So all of your members in your club that are paid up members are more than welcome to participate in the table topics contest and or the evaluation contest. So every member in Toastmasters International has the opportunity to participate in a speech contest every single year. So yes, they are more than welcome to participate.
Wonderful.
Something to also remember is that if you have a chartered club, in the first year of being a chartered club, obviously it's very difficult to get members up to level 2, and we don't want to deny those members an opportunity. So if a chartered club is 12 months or younger, then they don't have to have their members achieve level 2 in order to compete for the international speech contest. But that is only for chartered clubs, brand new chartered clubs. They don't need to qualify for that criteria. Okay, so Francois, is it Francois that's hiding and not able to turn on their camera? You don't want the office to know about your second job. /Toastmasters. No, thank you so much for letting us know. And your contest is happening next Monday already. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Wow. That is very awesome. Anyone else? Anything else to add or discuss? Any questions? Michelle, are you good?
Thank you, Kristen. I am good. I've got a question now, but it's not really related to the contest, but if you can help. So this is with regards to the level 1 pathway, and also if the contestants, if the member want to compete in the evaluation contest. So if you are level 1, and I know you need to do the evaluation, that 3-part assignment is the last or the newer paths. Can you do an evaluation as your first assignment in order to be able to compete in the evaluation contest if you are, or when can you do that? Because if we are opening up the contestants for the evaluation to anyone, then I think they will ask, but when can I start my evaluation on my level, on my path? Listen, if you can, maybe, if you know what I mean.
I do, Michelle. So you're going to have club members that are going, I really, really want to compete, but I don't actually know how to do an evaluation. 100%.
Yes.
So the really good news is no project and pathways has to be done in order. So once you activate a level, you actually can do your projects in the order that you are most comfortable with. So there is no criteria. They can go into the curriculum under evaluations, and without even, they can go through all of the tutorials and learn how to do it and actually do that assignment. Michelle, for new members like that, and even for more experienced members, I cannot reiterate enough that besides knowing how to do what is expected is to know what is on that judge's ballot. So while they are practicing in the club and they are preparing for that contest, to have your other members that are going to be helping them prepare, have a copy of that judge's ballot and make sure they are speaking to that judge's ballot. 15%,
Thank you, Kristen.
15% of the marks in the evaluation contest are for a conclusion. Do you know how many contestants lose all 15%? Because they don't give a conclusion. Or they say, in conclusion, and then promptly give us 3 brand new points. And I'm like, well, that was not a conclusion. So
yes, thank you.
They're more than welcome. You do not have to do your projects in order, but if you are preparing for contests specifically, please work with the judges' ballots. Please, please.
Okay. Excellent news, yes.
Yeah. Tim, do you agree with me?
Yeah, absolutely. Just nitpicking. It's called a summary, isn't it?
Yeah, summary.
Yeah, summary.
Correct.
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you.
Okay, Michelle. Pleasure, pleasure. Anyone else? Okay. For the international speech contest, please remind your contestants 5 to 7 minutes. 4.5 minutes is the legal minimum. If their speech is shorter than 4.5 minutes, they are disqualified on time. 7.5 minutes is the legal maximum. As soon as they hit 7 minutes and 31 seconds, they will be disqualified on time. They will not know it while they're presenting. They can carry on presenting and carry on holding the stage. I did witness it in the last contest season. A lady went on for 9.5 minutes. And it is what it is. The red light will stay on and the judges will continue to judge and she will continue to speak. We do not let anybody know. But then as soon as the timer's report is handed to the chief judge will disqualify anyone that has not reached the minimum time or has gone over the maximum time. So please, your contestants are very much encouraged not only to know the judge's ballot, but to also know, practice their timing, to be very aware of their timing. If you look at the judges' ballot for this particular contest, there's a lot of marks given to content and the message, the purpose that they are trying to get across. So please also have your contestants be reminded and your judges reminded to look for that purpose, to make sure that that purpose is included in their particular speech. Like Tim mentioned earlier on, the international winners all have some sort of humorous element to their speech. But Tim, I'm sure you would agree with me, they all have a message. There is a strong purpose in every winning speech.
Yes, my belief is, this is how I do it, that purpose, the message, and now I've forgotten what the name of the line is on the judging sheet, value.
Yes,
speech value, and that's the strictest I am as a judge in the speech. I'll be up and down a few points, but if I don't think the speech is worth hearing, if I don't think the message is very good, I'll give very low marks and very high marks if it's worth a message that you can take away and impacts on you. So to my mind, it's the most important aspect of the speech, but that's just me.
Absolutely. And Tim, if you're 100% correct. I mean, if we look at the ballot, so I'm just going to quickly share my screen. I'm going to come, I see there's a hand raised. I'm going to come back to the raised hand. I'm not ignoring you, but if we have a look at the ballot, we will notice that what Tim is talking about here is speech development, which is the structure, organization, and support material, but effectiveness. So the speech structure is 20%, and the effectiveness, in other words, achievement of purpose, interest, and reception is 15% all on its own. Directly underneath that is the speech value, ideas and logical thought is another 15%. So it is very important. You are talking about 50% of that speech needs to be about the content, about the message, to have that purpose, to have that structure, and to have those original thoughts. This is, it's so important in the international speech contest. Okay. Yes, we have a raised hand.
Oh, yes.
Hi.
Thank you. And good afternoon. Thanks for the opportunity. I was hoping as you're projecting the documents, you'll then take down to the conclusion, because I heard you saying sometimes as the person concludes, you don't really get the actual conclusion. And my question as I'm sitting here is, what is the proper conclusion that one needs to come to and it's considered as a conclusion? So as you're projecting, I was so excited and looking forward to look into what needs to be in the conclusion, so that as you assist people, then you can give them the tips to say a rich and acceptable conclusion should actually cover X, Y, and Z as an example. That's one. Second to that, you've indicated that some of the contests are starting, and I'm wondering if maybe there is a schedule that is prepared already that can be shared so that people can know the upcoming events in terms of the contents as they prepare, then they know they're preparing towards January, February, or March, or what could be the actual schedule that we have on hand. I'll appreciate that. And my apology for joining late. We had our club meeting today, so hence I joined today very late, and my humble apology on that. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you. No apology necessary. Clubs come first. I absolutely get that. Are there any Toastmasters in the room that want to speak around the conclusion and what that means? Anyone want to speak around that? Any experienced judges in the room? What do you look for? Tim? Do you look for a call to action specifically, or do you look for a summary of what has been said? How do you know it's a conclusion?
The conclusion of the international speech contest we're talking about, are we?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The conclusion must relate to the opening and the body. It must conclude on everything that is said in the speech. But I don't like to think too much about the conclusion unless it's obviously not fitting in. But the message, I'm just going to harp on the message. The message must build up through the body of the speech, I believe, and then in the conclusion, be very definite about what is the speaker is saying and what the speaker wants you to take away with you when you go. That's what I look for in an international speech contest. It's international speech.
Thank you, Tim. I have very similar thoughts as a judge. Yeah, so Katie is saying that the question was answered. Any other Toastmasters that want to add to that? Okay, so we see here in the chat room, Sigrid was saying that when that's all tied together, I think that's a really good point. And that personal stories with a message might make it easier to achieve that first 50%. That's been her experience. Dorothy, all the way from Zimbabwe, is saying the conclusion is a safe landing, and not to have that hurried conclusion. You know, when they suddenly see the lights and they go, oh, and in conclusion, I'd like to say to you, let's do this together. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And they walk off the stage. You know, that's just a closing remark. It's hardly a conclusion. So yes, Dorothy, I think that's also a very valid point, that it's a smooth landing and not just a closing remark. Very good point. If we then look at the proposed timetable, so I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to turn this into a PDF or reshare the PDF, I should say, to you. It has been posted before, and the division directors have got a copy of this, but I will repost it in our WhatsApp group. These are the official dates for the area contests, the division contests, the district semifinals, and the district finals. Because we have to have 2-week intervals between the division and district competitions or contests rather, and because the district contest dates are set in stone, because they have to, according to the rule book, be held at MAYCON. They have to be held at the district May conference. Those dates are set in stone. So we work backwards from those dates, giving ourselves the 2-week break in between. And we have now landed up, because we have such a huge district in District 74 with so many divisions and so many clubs, we have now landed up that our area contests need to start taking place in the middle of February. So yes, your club contests need to take place either late this year or early next year, so that your contestants are ready for the round of area contests and the division contests. So it's a good idea to start speaking to your club leadership and to start nagging your club leadership to start considering the club contest dates. For the international speech contest, the official contests start at area level. So we have to have an area contest, compulsory. We have to have a division contest, compulsory, and we have to hold the district contest. It's compulsory. Your club contest, on the other hand, is not listed as an official contest, but it is the starting point for your contestant to get through to international level or to get past district. So they can either be, if there is only one contestant, they can volunteer to go through and your club can vote them through, nominate them through, or elect them to go through. At club level, if you do not have enough contestants or you are not looking to hold a club contest, you do not have to. But there has to be a very, very fair opportunity given to all of your members who would like to compete. There must be that opportunity. but you can nominate. You can have an election. Obviously, if there's more than 2 contestants, we wouldn't encourage it. We would rather encourage that your contestants actually hold a contest with judges, with timers, with ballot counters, with a contest chair and a chief judge. If there was only 1 member of your club that was looking to go through, again, it's not a bad idea to allow to have the contest practice at club level, but it is not an official contest. So if you have a look in the rule book, you at a club level do not have to hold a contest. However, you must give equal and fair opportunity to all of your members. Does that make sense? Tim, you look cross with that. Do you want to add to that? Have I lost signal? Ladies and gentlemen, is everyone still there? Have I lost signal? Oh, I have.
Line for a second, and then you won't necessarily remember the rules, but you'll remember there's something mentioned about an issue in them, and you'll go and look. So just familiarize yourself with them, but don't expect to be able to know what the rule says, but you will be able to go and look, and that's what I recommend to you. And the other thing is they change every year in some respects, and then they will send a notice out of where they have changed the rules, so you don't have to read them all again every year. Kirsten's back.
I'm back. Sorry about that. I think something really big and grey walked between me and the data signal with a long try. So, Tim, that sounded like a really good answer. I'm sure somebody said, do I need to know the rule book off by heart? No, you don't, but be familiar with it enough to know that you can go look up stuff. Is that what you were going for?
Well, it was unsolicited. I simply felt it was a good point while it was quiet.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. Trust you to fill in. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 6 o'clock. I'm hoping that we have been able to have, answer any questions that you have had. Time has gone so quickly again. Thank you so much for your time, and all of you. And Tim, thank you for sharing a lot of your experience and knowledge with us this afternoon. I will share the link of the recording in the WhatsApp group. I will share the timetable in the WhatsApp group. I will share my copy of the rule book again where I've made notes in the WhatsApp group. And yes, please make use of the WhatsApp group to ask any questions, queries, anything that we can help you with. Or if you want to make it more formal, please send me an email. All of the details are in the description of the WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, please reach out to me personally. I'm sure you'll find my name somewhere. Reach out to me personally and I will make sure you get added to the WhatsApp group. Anyone got anything to say as we close off? Anything that anybody wants to leave us with or add to, or are we good? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirsten.
I will copy that.
Wonderful
and I will
session.
add you. Francois, I will do
Thank
that.
you.
Francois.
Thank you, Kirsten.
Thank you, guys. Have an awesome evening.
Thank you.
Stay dry, stay
Thank you,
warm,
bye.
stay healthy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to stop.